All right. So thanks for joining us on this week's Friday Facts. As we're going to navigate the 4-point inspection report when buying a home, it's very, very important to get this done. Even if you're buying a home cash, you want to get the 4-point inspection done. And this is why. The 4-point inspection goes over the four main things that insurance carriers look for that could cause harm to your home one way or another. So the first thing is electrical, then we have plumbing, then we have AC, and then we have the roof, okay? And we're going to show you how the report should be, and if it's wrong, like what we look for as an insurance agent and what the carriers look for to find a good 4-point inspection, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about electrical, okay? And you will see that the electrical system right here, this house, first, hold on. We're going to see the year built. The actual year built on this house is 1980, okay? And when you go into the electrical system, okay, down here, it's always going to tell you the panel. It's going to tell you right here, down below, that indicate the type of wiring that you have, all right? And then down below that, it's going to tell you if any hazards are present. The most common hazard that we see, on here is double taps. If you get this checked off and it says, double taps, this one right here, that's not the end of it all. Those are probably like a 20-minute fix, okay? So what we look at when we come, we always look at the hazards, look to see if there's anything going on. Then we look to see at the general condition, okay? The general condition's right here, and it always needs to say satisfactory. If it doesn't say satisfactory, we can't move forward and bind a policy, okay? So the age of this panel is 1980. That's okay. Square D is the brand model. A lot of companies, I would actually say all the companies except for Citizens, don't want to see Federal Pacific. Citizens will take Federal Pacific as long as everything checks out and is satisfactory, okay? Then the type of wiring is going to be over here. Copper wiring is always the best. But that is what you're going to get in your electrical, okay? Not too crazy, pretty dry, cut to the point. And then the next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the HVAC system, okay? So when we're going over the HVAC system, carriers do not like to see AC units more than 20 years old, okay? So take note. If you buying a home and the AC is more than 20 years old, you need to argue that probably in your contract with your realtor to maybe get a new AC replaced, because you're going to have a hard time getting insurance, okay? So for this one, what we look at, if there's an inspection, the date of last inspection, it's always logged outside, so the inspector can always see that. Then the next thing we do, like I said, we look at the age of the system. The age of the system is 2011. It's only 12 years old. So it fits in our realm, and that's good. There's no other comments or anything on this one that would cause this to be declined. So this 4 points so far between electrical and HVAC, we're in good shape. The next thing is we're going to go to the plumbing, and they're going to check out, an inspector is going to check out in this box right here, every piece of plumbing in your house, the dishwasher, fridge, washing machine, water heater, showers, toilets, every sink, all that. And they're going to check to see if there's any leaks, if there's any, what type of piping comes from it. And then they're going to mark off satisfactory, unsatisfactory. Obviously, we want all satisfactory up here. If there's any unsatisfactory, they're going to write in this box right here, and they're going to explain to us why. And that's what we're going to look for as insurance agents, okay? And that's what the carriers are going to look for. Is there anything in this box right here that we need to be aware of, okay? Then we're going to go down to the age of the piping. This one is original to home. That's okay. That's not bad. This is my biggest pet peeve when I look at the plumbing as an insurance agent, okay? And this actually has to deal with inspectors. My biggest pet peeve is it can say original to home, right? But if they are metal pipes that are inside the wall and in the ground, fine, that's original to home, okay? But as an inspector, if they see from the wall coming to the sink, coming to the toilet, those pipes, if they see that those are PVC now, I tell all the inspectors that we deal with and that come across my desk, if you see that, you need to check partially repiped. And if you see that and you get your inspection report back and you know that they are from the wall to the sink or toilets have PVC piping or otherwise, they need to check partially. You need to tell them, hey, this needs to be partially repiped and you need to check PVC. That is huge, especially on older homes. I should have picked an older home to do, but it's very, very detrimental to that because that could make or break a deal, okay? So if you're buying a home or you have a home and you get a 4-point inspection and you have PVC coming from the wall to the drain or to the toilet, it's partially repiped, and you need to get your inspector to recognize that and check it off because that could make or break your insurance in the carriers that you're able to go to as well. Okay. So that is probably my biggest pet peeve. When looking at these, I send them back a lot to try and help out our clients. But just make sure to look at that extra carefully. Okay. Then the last thing that we're going to go over is going to be, the roof. Okay. Sorry, hold on. One more thing. Back that up. In the plumbing, what deals with the plumbing is the hot water heater. The hot water heater cannot be more than 20 years old. Okay? Carriers aren't going to like it. It's in their guidelines. And if it's more than 20, again, that could be in your contract to get that replaced. Or if you're a homeowner, you're going to need to replace that before you sell your home. Okay? Because people are not going to be able to get insurance with a water heater over 20 years old. And it should be right here. Water heater location. It's going to be in the garage. I would have loved on this one if they put the age of the water heater. It just makes it a lot simpler. And I'll show you why when we get to the next piece, to the other half of the 4-point inspection. But so that's plumbing. Okay. And then the next thing is roof. We all know roofs in Florida are crazy, and they are the biggest thing that can make or break your insurance, okay? So when we look at roofs, okay, we're going to look at what kind of roof it is, right there. Concrete tile, that's good. The roof age is 18 years. This is the biggest thing right here. Remaining use life of years left, 12. With the new Florida bill, SB 2A that passed in December of 22, after Hurricane Ian, the bill states that you have to at least have 5 years plus remaining use life on the roof in order for a carrier not to cancel you or non-renew you, okay? And if you have a roof that's more than 10 years old, like this one, you have to accompany that with proper documentation, a 4-point, that shows that the roof life is more than 5 years old. I mean, has more than 5 years left remaining. Sorry. That is huge, huge, huge. So we look at this one right here. They have a tile roof. Oh, they also have a secondary roof over here. Okay. And so this one is going to be a flat roof. It's probably over a pool or something like that, but it has to be on here. And there is 5 years remaining on this. And it shows down here the overall condition. We look at this. Is it satisfactory or unsatisfactory? Satisfactory, unsatisfactory. Both of these are satisfactory. Okay. And then if it was unsatisfactory, down here would tell us why, what's going on. Okay. And then that's what we look at when it comes to the roof. And then also inspectors will write in this box down here any additional comments if needed. This is where I always look to, because even though they can write comments on each specific part of the 4-point, inspectors usually write all their notes down here. It's a bigger place to write. Okay. So, that's really going over the 4-point. And then also what comes with the 4-point are pictures. Not only do the inspectors have to put down what they see, they have to prove what they see with pictures. Okay. So in this case, here's the exterior photos of the house. Okay. Then we go into the electrical. See right here? They give you the electrical and they got to take pictures of the electrical panel. Now, if there was anything wrong with that electrical panel on the photos, that's where they would mark it. It would probably say like down here, what was wrong with this one, if this was wrong, to match what they put up in the comments for electrical. Okay. And then down here is the HVAC unit. And so remember when I was talking about, I would like to see the year up there, because we have to put the year of the AC unit as well as the water heater. Because remember, they don't like more than 20 years old. So we got to kind of like zoom in on here big time to find the year. Okay. On here. And so I can see it on here because it's a pretty clear picture, but I super love inspectors that put it on there for us. And then the same thing, and if there was anything wrong, they would mark on the picture, what was wrong. Then you get to the plumbing, okay? They're going to show all the plumbing in the house where there's plumbing, as well as the water heater, like I said. And again, I got to zoom in to find this water heater, and this was a 2016 water heater, so we're golden with this one. But then down here, remember, like I said, it said it was original to house. Well, to me, it looks like these are PVC from the wall to the drain. So then this is what I do. I come back up here and look at the report, and I find plumbing, and they put copper right there. Okay. So on this one, they put copper. This inspector put copper. We're not going to let you see the inspector, but I would like them to revisit this, and it's partially repiped, and we check off that as well as copper. Okay. Let's go back down to the pictures. So we see that they show the plumbing, the water heater, like I said, and then more plumbing. Then we get to the roof. This roof looks good. They have to show the slopes. If there's any cracked and missed tiles, they'll put them on here and circle them. Here's the second roof. Remember with this, they had a secondary roof. Here's the secondary roof. It looks pretty good. But they got to take pictures of the whole roof. Okay. And that right there sums up our 4-point inspection. Okay. And they are so needed now because there's older homes, right? And we just had a hurricane a little over a year ago, and all the carriers want to know that when they're taking on this home, this liability, that everything is in working order and they're not going to pick up somebody else's mess. Okay. So that's why it is so, so important. I tell all the lenders we deal with, all the realtors, I preach this all the time, just like WinMits. Whenever you go under contract, you order right away. Get your inspector, you get a WinMit 4-point, boom, right away. Order those, you get those and send them to your agent, send them to us so that we can take a look at it and help you in this process. Again, this is the 4-point inspection. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please visit us on the web, jonesfamilyins.com. We service all of Florida. You can call one of our locations. Our agents will help. We're always willing to educate. No question's a stupid question. Give us a call, Jones Family Insurance. Visit us on the web for one of our numbers, jonesfamilyins.com. And thank you